You played a demon on Beastmaster.
I did.
Went on to play an alien on Roswell, and then a fairy tale character on Once. What speaks to you about the like sci-fi part?
I obviously hate sci-fi and fantasy. No, yeah, that's true. My first role was, that was full on fantasy. That was really fun.
You looked great though with the hand, like the knots in your.
Yeah, that was not fun in the shower though, which makes me therefore not envy Bobby with Rumpelstiltskin makeup and Rebecca with the Green Witch.
And you left Beastmaster to go to the US and record Roswell. Was that the biggest risk you ever took?
I went over once when I was like 17, still doing ballet, and then I did Beastmaster, and then, I was 18 and I moved for Roswell. I didn't think I was really moving. I thought I was just doing like 7 episodes, but then they turned it into a regular. And you're 18, you think you're so old and you've got everything figured out. But now I look back, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I'd ever let my daughter do that. You just do it. Yeah. And I had my list of like, this is where I'm going to go. This is who's going to represent me. This is who is going to do my hair. And, I remember being like 16 and going through magazines and writing down like, okay, this is where people go. These are the good agencies. And then I just showed up. And
there's a lot of difference in special effects nowadays. What do you think of special effects then and what you had to do, like makeup and everything, and how you're acting now?
Roswell didn't really do that much. No, they did, but it wasn't like if that show was on now, they would probably do a lot more because effects for what they did then would be a lot cheaper. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And in Beastmaster didn't really, they did backwards feet. They literally put backwards feet on me. Like they cast my feet and then made a mold, and because I was just coming off being at the Australian Ballet School, so I was dancing all day, every day, and in point shoes, and they're like, oh, well, she'll be able to just walk around the forest in point shoes, and we'll put backward feet on the point shoe. I'm like, yeah, a forest floor is a little bit different to like a Target dance floor. So that, as we can tell, didn't really work out.
They changed it quickly.
Yeah, I think you see like one shot like that of backwards feet, and it was on like I think someone's hands. They're like
great effects.
Yeah.
And then of course you got a lot of noticeability after Lost. Mm-hmm. Or in Lost, there was a big story arc, and of course the main question for us as well is the final episode. Are you going to live through this question?
I don't like my opinion on it. Or?
Well, I was wondering when you got the script, what you thought of it, if it was something that you expected, and of course the backlash of all the fans.
We got the script, we didn't even get the final scene. We got this red color paper so that no one could fax it or photocopy it, even though you could still take the picture, whatever. Anyway, the final scenes weren't in there until like the day we shot, maybe, and I don't know. I like it. I don't like it. I like that the ending kept me thinking, and it kept all the doors that I wanted to be open, and it didn't shut down any belief or fantasy or expectations that I wanted to still have or not have. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because if it had been, say, half of the audience's dream ending, that means the other half, it would have been their nightmare ending. So it's sort of been this ambiguous ending in a way, even though it, gives you answers, obviously. But I think it's good.
And one of the things that the show did really well was the meta-ness of it all, like bringing out merch. Did you follow up on it yourself? Do you have any Lost merch at your house that
I tried to get Squirrel Baby, but I think Damon kept it. I'm like, damn it. No, I don't really.
And how about all the... Well, I can't really arrange that for you. I'm sorry.
Cool. Come in here.
Just in your homeroom, yeah. It's a great conversation starter, though.
It is, right? Yeah, what's that? Oh, that's just my my bear feeding cage.
And then just put people in there. So there were a lot of clues and like hidden things in the show as well that you try to find them as well, or do you ever had like fans walk up to you and say like, oh my god, that, and you were like, what?
I think more so fans walking up, because I need to rewatch the series. I watched it like as I was doing it in bits and pieces, or I might miss an episode if I was working and stuff. So I would love, because it's kind of been long enough now, I'd love to sit down and watch it as a viewer. I mean, I know I'm still watching myself, but it's a big enough cast that it's not me in every scene, that I think I could, it would be really cool to now just sit down and find all that stuff myself. Yeah, they do a few things like that with Once Upon a Time too. Like they've done some hidden Mickeys in there, like plates and stuff to make the mouse face, which is cute.
It's fun. I mean, it's all for the fans as well, because I mean, it keeps them engaged.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Hi. That's my girlfriend right there.
Where?
The one
Which
with
one?
the glasses, the Ghostbuster. She's a big Once fan as well.
Oh,
so
cool.
She's like, oh my god. Did you know that you were going to be on for so long on Once Upon a Time?
No idea. I worked with, so Adam and Eddie, wrote a lot of Lost, so I knew them, and they're just like, hey, do you want to do an episode? Work with Robert Carlyle, who I was a huge fan of his work, so I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to. And do you want to do one more? Oh, do you want to do one more? So I did 3, the first season, and then
a lot of characters are just shown up for like a couple of eps, and yours, like especially because of the love story, obviously, that it just kept growing.
I mean, it's a big part of this. I think there's 2 things that they'll look at with stuff like that is, does the character work? Yeah. But then if it airs and people love it, obviously, and then 2, with this specific situation, that me and Bobby worked together so well, and he was already on the show, so to keep that going, which
and
I'm very thankful they did.
I can imagine you are great together, and of course Belle has also caused you to play different kinds of Belle, like the one when they had amnesia and everything. What is your favorite one?
Her classic Belle in fairy tale land, though, as opposed to in Storybook. I love them all, but yeah.
I can imagine.
It's iconic and it's special, and Lacey was fun too, though.
I was going to say, that's the one that I just so totally different, and you didn't expect that, but it was fun to see her with, of course, Rumpelstiltskin as well. They just worked together that way.
That was cool, yeah.
And of course, the show is ending now, unfortunately. Do you have anything you can say about it, or how you kind of want your character to hope they end up, or?
Well, I just went back last week and shot the last episode.
Oh my god.
It's okay. And it's cool. I like it. I like the episode. I think the fans are going to really like it. I don't know if it's exactly how I would have written, but it is in the realm of what I would have said. This is how I think it should be.
Okay, good. See, that's something to look forward to. Your character, yeah, totally natural. When you, the segue.
You didn't plant them there? I don't believe you.
I just asked my girlfriend to walk by. Yeah,
right. Now,
at this time.
2, 1, walk.
That was perfect timing, though.